What's up, Chipper Chaps? What's up, Chipper Chaps? This is Chipper Chap Chat, episode 143. I'm FooRay.
I'm Chamba.
We're gonna talk about some nerdy stuff today. Specifically, Shazam! Starring Zachary Levi and a whole bunch of other people. Mark Strong,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, it's great.
Jaimin Hansu, also specifically. Some kids from some stuff. It, fresh off the boat,
And others.
and others. Let's get into it. What up, Chipper Chaps? Anyway, let's talk about some stuff. Namely, Shazam.
So, non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler. Did you like it?
I did, a lot.
Spoiler. Did you dislike it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I liked it too. My quick take on it is definitely see it. I think it's one that's worth
Highly
seeing.
recommended.
If you like Big, there's definitely a tone of that. If you like Superman, there's definitely some tones of that. It's I think it's pretty true to what the character is in a way that it was surprising. And I think that it was definitely a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of
It
fun.
felt like a superhero film that was made for an 80s audience
Right.
in mind.
Mm-hmm.
The kids growing up in that era of superhero movies.
Right.
It's like the film was made by one of them.
Yeah, it feels very much like this is the movie for our generation to take our kids to. You know, because a lot of people our age are parents now.
Like, I want my nephew, my son, my daughter
Yeah.
to go into this and basically have a similar experience that certain kids had when they first watched, say, Superman.
Yeah.
Something like seeing for the first time, you're like, oh, this is real. This is magic.
Look at him flying around like a
And because of the
spaceman.
whole aspect of, the character and what he is originally and what he becomes, a child can relate to it. Because not only is a child somewhat a main character, but his buddies are all children still. So if you can't relate to the main character, you can relate to somebody in this film. And if if you can make a connection that way, you've got a solid.
I feel like the kid actors they did a great job with just incorporating the orphan family into it. That's very
I would watch more
true to the
films
comics.
of this.
Yeah.
Give me more Shazam movies.
Yeah.
I am on board.
I'm on board with
That's
it. Now.
no spoiler. Well, obviously, I haven't spoiled the movie, but
Do you think he nailed the big red cheese?
I think it's enough. I think because I think you buy the cheese more because you see the character.
Right.
It's not just about a still image, which is like, oh, it's not like in a way where it's like a still frame image of a person that can capture the visual look of it, where it's like, in that one image, that's them. But here, because you're getting it in a film, that how you saw him portrayed and that cheese adds up.
Yeah, it's
Adds
like.
up. Adds
Did
up
you ever
to
see
be
Star
Shazam.
Kid?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of harkens to stuff
That's
like
what I
that.
mean,
Of
like-
like kid becomes hero.
Dude, for
kind
real,
of
that's why
movies.
it felt like an 80s movie.
Right.
But it wasn't. It didn't take place in the 80s. It felt like, it's odd, but it was like, oh, I feel like a kid watching a film.
It felt
again.
throwback.
Yeah.
And it was dark in a way that
Oh,
like
yeah, dude.
like kids movies are often afraid to be. But I
It's
feel
almost
like
smart that they got a bloody horror. Like, what's this deal about getting horror directors to direct these
apparently
things?
James Wan got the in on this.
Smart move. I mean, in Aquaman, James Wan's one.
Mm-hmm.
He got that scene where in the trench.
Yeah.
That's straight horror.
Mm-hmm.
This one...
They have a lot of dark stuff in it.
This one has some... Like, not even just moments that are horrific.
Mm-hmm.
That feel horrific. Like, you feel as a kid, you're like, oh, this is pressure type deal. But, like, visually as well, it's quite horrific, actual aspects. So
yeah, some stuff that I imagine very little kids will be afraid of. Like, I'm curious what the, like, parent reaction will be of, like, people like, oh, it was too dark, my kid didn't like it.
Because of the whole, the way society is and sensitivity and somewhat.
Yeah.
It might not work. Who knows, though.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, if I watched this as a kid, this film would be up there.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bloody hell, it just sounds the best, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like, if we got this at the same time as, say, we got Turtles or something, like, as a kid, superhero movies have a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
And they can eventually, they do eventually, but if the gap is that long, no good.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to talk about what we actually saw.
This feels like a glowing review. So, I mean, like, glowing, non-spoiler aspect of the review.
Right.
Or discussion, anyways. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend it.
I do as well. I do as well.
It. Like, we caught an advanced screening, so...
A couple weeks early.
Yeah. I might watch it again back in Australia. If all my mates were like, listen, we're going to check it out. I'd be like, you know what? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing it again in the big screen. Like, that one, I think it works in the big screen. It'll work on a regular screen, whatever screen you want to watch it, but you can see a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
Easter eggs, too. It's like... I don't want to say anything because it's like... Yeah. Other than, watch it.
Yeah, I recommend it as well. Let's get into the spoiler talk. 2 Chipper Chap thumbs up. 2 Chipper Chap thumbs up. Let's talk spoilers. That doesn't even do it. That one does. Let's talk spoilers now. Got it? All right. I don't even think that did anything because I think I muted the looper.
Oh, hilarity.
This was still on, so that's
fine.
Let's talk spoilers now, man. They had a little Easter egg towards the Black Adam character.
I liked it. I spotted it straight up and I was like, whoa, this is cool.
They didn't show him.
No, but I mean, the electricity that created this, like a hologram thing. Yeah. I was like, it looks like what you would think Black Adam could look like. I'm sure if we got a still from it, even like, I guess that could pass off as like Dwayne Johnson-esque.
Right.
Enough so it's like, he doesn't look like Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a completely different dude, and I think it was like bald and everything.
I wonder if the other outfits will influence what Black Adam looks like.
Well, I mean, if they go with Black Adam's actual ability, you know how Shazam's is like Greek gods?
Mm-hmm.
Black Adam's is like Egyptian gods.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will affect his actual outfit also. Because you know how like in Shazam's hoodie or collar cape thing, there's like outline, there's like a border, and it's like a Greek pattern type thing. So I'm assuming... But it would take the lightning bolt motif for Black Adam, but I think all the extra parts will definitely be
honks and hieroglyphs and stuff.
It could be cool. But like, what's with this random like? Oh, it's are you like doing a Scorpion King again, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like it's gonna have those aspects. So I don't know. That's gonna be good, that one, man.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, we're talking spoilers anyways. But like post credit scene, you got that little caterpillar.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's actually I checked it up. I forgot his name. It's like it's Mr. something. I forget. Mr. Mystery or something weird like that.
Well, it was.
He was created in like 1940.
Right. You could. He's a caterpillar. It's talking to people. You can tell he's a pulp character.
But I like the fact that they're doing this in this is like they're going deep cuts.
Right.
And I'm like, go right ahead because you know why. Like, the aspects that I enjoyed in Aquaman, I didn't enjoy Aquaman as a whole. It was fine. But it wasn't like, I think it was too long. It felt like several films. But, like, one of the positives I took from that is that it felt like it was just enjoying itself being a superhero movie. Mm-hmm. This one did that, too.
Yeah.
It was enjoying itself. It was enjoying itself being enjoyed by the audience.
I think
it embraced it.
They definitely did. They definitely did, and I feel like it was a lot like more grimdark in some spots than I was expecting. Like I thought they killed Lionel Luthor at the beginning with the.
I didn't expect the legs
with the car crash. I didn't know it was going to be a legs thing. But that scene was just I expected the car to get hit after the.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was done well though. All was that was done well. Like, dude, that whole shot where he's bloody in the back playing with the 8-ball.
Yeah.
And, you know, his brother's in the front, his idiot brother's in the front, his dad's in the front driving. That whole thing, I was like, if you put, like, some filter to make it feel like it's from VHS, I would believe this is from an old film.
Right.
The way it was shot, the way the setup was, I was like, yeah, of course, I'm watching a clip from a film from the 80s.
And I could totally imagine from the aesthetic that being like a horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was the horror. It's a horror film of that time where it's like, oh, this is... something's eerie about this, you know, something's gonna happen, but I don't know, man. Like, I think they did a really good job just presenting a lot of the things. Oh yeah, the caterpillar's name is Mr. Mind.
Mr. Mind.
And the Monster Society of Evil.
Interesting.
Yeah. He
said something about the 7 realms.
Something like that. Yeah.
In his little scene. So
he's created in 1943. So
is he like Mr. Mixel-Plick?
No, I don't know. It's pretty sick though. I mean, yeah.
What did you think of the 7 deadly sins demon things?
Dude.
Did you like those?
Yeah, I did.
I thought the gluttony one was cool.
I think all of them, like, I want to see more of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, but design wise, I'm glad they did that. It again, because like that again felt like something that you would see in a late 80s, early 90s film where they would attempt like, all right, what are kids like? What could creep out kids but be cool to like older kids?
Right.
Like these look cool to older kids, I think. It's like, and it would kind of spook little kids, you know. And they hit it.
What did you think of the family, the orphan family?
I liked them. It felt every aspect felt like an older film. That's why I was like, when I was watching, I was like really getting into it because it made me feel like I was a child again. Like I could be in primary school, be 7, 8, watching this film, and be like, oh man, this is amazing. And
little kids can like imagine what their hero adult body will look like.
It's like if I say Shazam, you know,
I get to turn into it.
Yeah, I'm in a way. It's interesting how they never really. Every time Billy Batson transforms into Shazam, well, they never say his name. They never call him Shazam. Right. Whenever they say it, it's because they're calling out the wizard Shazam's name, or the magic word, because they know that's it. But he's not referred to as Shazam. And when all of his orphan, what's it called, brothers and sisters, when they transform too, they're not. None of them say their actual, like, if they have hero names or whatnot. And that's great that they don't. It's not like automatically like, oh, you're so and so, and this is you, and it's like that would be a little like, okay. You didn't need to do that, but it's like, it's left blank.
Right.
And I kind of dig that because they can easily introduce that into the next one. Or it just kind of doesn't matter. Like, when you're a big version of you, you're the big Freddy. You're still Freddy.
Right.
You're not going to be called, I think he was supposed to be Captain Marvel Jr.
Right.
Right. But that's like, that already is weird to me in my head. Like, when I first saw Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr., I was like, so, that's his son?
Right.
Because the junior was like, no, he's just a junior size version. I was like, oh, all right, that's you don't put it that way.
It's an odd choice.
Yeah, you never really put it that way at all. You usually just be called something else, and then they don't say like Mary Marvel, or I don't know. But that's why I was like, interesting. Or they didn't call him Captain Marvel because that's his actual name.
But it's not. It's not.
It's changed now into Shazam.
Yeah, but for longer than longer than a lot of us even were familiar with the character.
I'm sure of it. But the thing is, when he was created as Captain Marvel.
Right, but they're not going to call him that in the movie, especially when another Captain Marvel movie came out a month before.
Not at all.
But yeah, I don't know. They called him a bunch of stuff. Red Cyclone. Red Cyclone's one of the only ones I've heard him referred to as in the comics. A bunch of them I'm not familiar with. A lot of the weird names they went with, Captain Sparkle Fingers and other nonsense. You know, I don't know, man. I thought they did a good job with it. The humor was good. Some of the CGI parts were weird. We were talking about them like having muscle flexes in his arms at one point.
Mm-hmm. Just to make it feel like it's a suit. Although to be fair, at the start you could notice it more, but as the film kept going, I was just like, yeah, when he's Shazam, he's just Shazam. Mm-hmm. Like you don't even like. You've almost just accepted that that's what he looks like,
right?
You know, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine.
Only in a couple spots did it seem like his neck didn't fit the body,
and that's really all you need to fix is the neck.
I'm surprised they just didn't CGI
enhance
that part.
It slightly, because honestly, like, if you give him, I'm sure somebody's done like photo manipulations and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, if you just extend the neck back here a little bit, it would work out.
But they ended up by the end. There's a bunch of skinny neck people with buff bodies.
That's fine. That's fine. I enjoy. Like, dude, that film was wild. I can't believe they went that.
Megan Good was a random,
but she worked well, man. I'm just surprised that they went that far into this film.
Yeah.
And that the trailers didn't spoil a thing.
No.
Which is
good.
But
we did get toilers.
We got toilers. But
the toilers
didn't ruin
it
the
didn't.
movie
It
at
didn't.
all.
And it was great when the scene finally happens. But we did get some indication that the Shazam family might be included.
That something was going to happen.
Because it would be weird if they made all those and they're not seen.
That's a big like, hey, just buy these merchandise. It's got Shazam word on it. Right. So, but they never appear. It's like, don't worry, it's a toy. But like that was like toy lines back in the day, man.
It did happen, but I feel like it's less common now.
Oh no, for real.
The Funkos. I feel like if they make a Funko, it's usually because that thing appeared in the movie.
True. Funko especially.
How do you feel like the reception towards Captain Marvel is going to be after Shazam comes out? Because there was already so much like Captain Marvel's or Shazam's way better than Captain Marvel automatically, even though I haven't seen the other movie yet.
It's gonna make him go, see, we told you.
You think so?
It's probably. I mean, we're probably gonna hear that from the internet, but also see like, oh, I'm glad we got another fun film. Mm-hmm. Or someone will be like, no, it's not as good still, and that's just fine too. It's like whatever, bro.
Because it's bizarre to me. Like I felt fine about Captain Marvel.
Yes, I was fine.
There was some good stuff in it, but it didn't blow me away.
Overall, I was just like, oh, cool, on to the next.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to see her next solo one too.
Right. I don't know, but I feel like with the reaction is like people are gonna be so one-sided about it. But for me, it felt like that. But I've heard from a lot of people that it's their favorite MCU movie.
And that, I mean, I scratch my head at that, but I'm not going to go, you're dumb.
Right.
I'm just going to go, hey man, I'm glad we like something that takes place in a greater thing that we
It just makes me think they got to their target demographic.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't it.
Boom.
But they found
I'm not going to take it away and go, you're not the real target, I am. And it failed me. So it's crap and wrong. You know what's weird? It's like not just most franchises these days with films that people don't like. Let's take Star Wars, right? That is so the Last Jedi was that the last one?
People were super salty about that.
Polarizing to people. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, sure, you're generally the target audience for this, and you were not happy with the results, and it sucks. That sucks because you follow this thing for majority of your life or whatever, and but you love it, you know. And then now this, like, you've watched something that you're supposed to, you thought you can trust them, and it just completely changed it. But then it's like it gets other people where it's like, oh, oh, this is actually really interesting. I'm quite looking forward to the next one now. It's like, you can't say that. Sure, it sucks that as what you consider yourself a true fan, we're disappointed in something that didn't feel like it was doing it justice. Whereas it picked up this new person. They're watching it too. Like, sometimes you just, I mean, it sucks, but sometimes you just have to kind of let go of, in a way. Like, as much as you want it to be for you, sometimes it's just not gonna be anymore.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Like, to just even think about that for certain things. I'm just like, oh man, but I'm enjoying it so much now. It's like, that's cool too. Because like, at that point, someone else is gonna. And I'm like, oh, I guess so. Like, I'm sure by then I'll probably enjoy some of the things anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we have such a short attention span in that sense. But also, we like the things we like. So, our likes can shift, man. And sometimes something else will pop up and we're like, oh, cool. Even though I still love this one at one point, like, let's say Star Wars. So I love Star Wars. But the new one, I didn't like as much. But hey, at least I'm enjoying the Marvel movies, which I never even had before. Right. So, hey, there's something else. It's not my Star Wars, but got the Marvel thing. And it's not like, oh, you're just substituting one for another. It's like, but you can still like that too.
Right, you can like both things.
Yeah. And plus, it's not like, sure, you might not like any of the new versions of this, say, version of Star Wars.
Right.
Old films are still there. They're still dope. There's still possibility of the TV stuff kicking ass.
Oh, yeah. Wait till we're 60 and we're complaining about the reboot of the MCU and like, that's not Tony Stark.
The third one again. It's like the third one already. It's like, how many Fantastic Fours? Yeah, they just buried it. They gave up.
It's going to be different when it's like them rebooting this Avengers line. New Cap, new Iron Man, that kind of stuff. You can't wait? You want them to reboot it already?
Oh, no. I can't wait for the next Fantastic Four is what I mean.
Right.
Back to Shazam, though. Since we're talking spoilers, that interesting Superman cameo.
Yeah. A little bit of a bummer to me.
They didn't, like
it was a funny moment.
It's funny. The cut was a funny cut, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, why did you do this?
Because I feel like people expected Cavill to show up, and they couldn't do Cavill. So they did a Superman cameo. Just to show that it exists in the same universe.
But I think by the film itself, it feels like they've already established that this does take place in the same universe with the whole, here's a Superman bullet. This is a authentic replica of the Batarang.
Right.
There's merchandise and shit, so it's almost like fourth wall breaky, but not, you know what I mean? It's like, so
there's Batman action.
That's weird to me because I was like, so in this world, this vigilante in a city that's far away from here,
and this guy's branding people,
and
murdering people.
Let's make like 4-foot hollow toys for our kids.
Yeah, that part of it is weird.
What in the world?
It felt very Jingle All the Way.
Yes, but I was like, you know what? This film is that film, bro.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm like, all right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's why when that cameo happened, because like it's established, you know, there are other superheroes in this place. Like on the end credits, I know they're all drawings and stuff, but it was like Shazam meeting like Aquaman and stuff like that, and like going on a date with Wonder Woman, which I'm sure is all like, the prom or some shit like that, and like taking Batmobile and all that type of stuff. So, you know, it's almost like, okay, he's jokingly, you know, he's part of the world, but it's like, but he is.
I mean, he is part of the world, but it was like a kid's interpretation of what he would do when he meets those
that's why that cameo part in the end was like, so you're establishing that this is the world. This Superman, while the suit is the Man of Steel suit, or whatever suit that, you know, the Snyder Superman suit, it's like, is this that same version of Superman?
Right.
Is this one that actually goes, you know what, I'll do a favor for you, buddy.
I mean, I think he's the same version of Superman that shows up in Justice League.
Sure, but what is that now? Who is it, and what is it? What's going on?
Don't know, man.
Like, if you're gonna link it, fine. Take your time. Don't rush into it. We'll be this. Like, if you do well, we'll be with you.
Yeah.
So when it happens, we'll be there with you.
How well do you think this movie does, considering all the darkness and all that stuff?
Because
it's for a kid audience.
I really hope it does well, man.
Hope it does, but what do you think it will do?
timing. I don't know how films do well in this time.
I think it will do better than Captain Marvel.
No.
You don't think Shazam beats Captain Marvel?
You know what? Personally, based on how much I enjoyed it more than Captain Marvel, I wanted to do way more.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean just because I enjoyed something, it's gonna make more.
I don't think it will touch what Aquaman did.
Nah, Aquaman was a freak thing, and that's dope. It'd be sweet if it did, though.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 2 DC films back to back, killing?
Right.
Next one is what?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Ooh, trifecta. There's a you bloody trifecta at this point, man.
We'll see how the '80s Wonder Woman does.
But
we still haven't even seen the trailer.
No trailer yet. But that's what I'm saying. Like, could you imagine? And then after that, Suicide Squad, or was it the Joker? Oh, it's the Joker first. Another dark twist, weird one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have bloody Suicide Squad 2.
And the Harley thing.
See, that's what I mean. Like, it's like, I get like DC, bro. Like Suicide Squad, what the heck? What the heck?
What if it ends up cool?
BVS is still like, I know everyone's like, nah, man, BVS ain't bad, especially if you watch the
long cut.
Yeah, the longer version. Mm-hmm. And I did, and I'm just like, yeah, you were longer.
Yeah,
I got
a couple more scenes, but all the stuff that I hated is still there.
It's still there, and if anything, oh cool, I'm glad you extended that scene. I thought was just dumb.
Right.
Great. Now this makes it doesn't make any more sense, but it doesn't make any less sense. It's just in other words, pointless. Nothing. Justice League is Justice League. What am I going to say about that one? But Shazam, I was like, if you make more films like Shazam, like when it was over, I was like, see, that wasn't hard.
Right.
I was almost like, oh my goodness, it's not hard. Like, I thought they were on the right direction with Aquaman, I feel, but like, they're still kind of, I think this one is hitting that direction. Like, you're on it now. Keep going with this kind of stuff. Make this kind of movie. If Flash came out and it was this kind of movie, fun like this, oh, I'd be on board.
Yeah.
I'd be on board. I genuinely like the characters. Wow, who'd have thought? If you like the characters, you would follow them. Mm-hmm. Surprise, right?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting they decided to do the like dual in credit things like a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
where they had like one to set up a future story and one as a jokey tag.
But it was funny tag.
It was both were good.
Yeah, both were
the
great.
Caterpillar one was weird. No, it was weird, but it was fine because it sets up. It's in a universe that's weird.
Exactly, but also you saw it at the start,
right?
Twice, or like once you saw where it was. Second time, the actual casing was broken. Yeah, it was broken. He was in like a jar type, like a. One of those like.
I remember them showing the broken case, but I didn't know what was in it before.
Oh, before they showed it before because I was like, he was close.
I didn't see the caterpillar.
He was up close in like slightly blurred, and then when he looked into that direction, it's slightly focused, but then not focused. Then he walked to the other side. No, that's why when I showed it, I was like, I didn't know. Like, I'm not very familiar with that character at all. I looked it up afterwards, but like during the film, I was looking. I was like, that's probably gonna be something later because it's like this is odd. I mean, looking at cool stuff. That's where you want to put Easter eggs in film, because it will get the people in the know going, oh snap, but like other people going, oh now we're seeing more of the world. This is neat.
I just love that caterpillar creature exists in the same world as
Superman.
as Man of Steel and BVS of the
that's why I'm like
screaming Martha at each other, and then there's somewhere. There's this caterpillar thing.
with like another dimension or whatnot. But then also in this universe, remember those DC, those characters, the stars? They're like starfish with an eyeball.
Starro.
Starro.
Yeah.
That's the thing too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, cool. You set that up. There's your next villain.
Did they show that?
Which one? No. I'm just saying Starro in general. I'm just talking about the caterpillar thing. I'm talking about Mr. Mind.
Right.
The fact that they were like, you know what? Let's set up Mr. Mind. It's like, are you serious? It's like, yeah. It's like, isn't that weird? Hey, why not?
It is what it is, man.
It's a deep, like, if we want to do something that's like, and it's like, but what about Black Adam? It's like, yeah, third film.
I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a Black Adam in the post credits. Just like The Rock,
Shadow,
something, you know.
Or it's like, a new champion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he is the champion, technically, still.
Like, set up that thread.
Yeah, he felt it. Like, because he
coming.
felt the power. It's like, there's a new champion. I'll be like, oh, sweet. I'm down. I'm on board.
Yeah, man, that would have been
wicked.
wicked.
I'd be like, you're probably like one of my favorite right now.
Let's just
DC.
say, you know, as okay and amusing as the caterpillar thing was, if instead of that was just him, I feel a new champion, I would have been like, oh, bruh, I got to see second one.
Now I'm like, you know what though? Because the first one is this fun.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see the second one regardless.
But that one would have made
me hype, exactly.
As heck, I'd be like, you know what? In all DC, I'll let it be fair. In all DC, I'm actually looking forward to this the most as well right now.
We were talking about this in the car. Yeah. Do you now that we've sat on it for a minute, do you still feel like it missed opportunity that they didn't get Cena to play Shazam?
That would have made me laugh more, for real. I would love to see that version. And then from there, judge. I would love to see multiple versions of certain films just depicted by different actors. Yeah. But I would definitely love to have seen what Cena would have done for this. Yeah. Would it have been clowning? Probably. Yeah. But would it work for the character? Probably. Although, to be fair, if he fought the same villain, if you're Cena, it'd feel a little weirder to me.
I mean, Zachary Levi was still supposed to be in the muscle.
I know. Also, it's weird. Like, they made him look tall where he'd, like, smack his head and shit all the time. And stuff like, is he that tall?
I mean, Shazam might be.
That's why I was like, they probably elevated him more. I'm like, with Cena, he's naturally larger than life, and then make him even look bigger.
Yeah, man.
I think
he's the only one you wouldn't have to put muscles underneath.
They probably wouldn't just to even stuff out.
Right.
No, I think it would have been great still.
He would have looked like Prime or something.
That's why it's almost like a slightly comedic version of him when he's slightly even comedic himself. You know, I don't know. I would have dug it though.
I would have dug it.
That's what. Is it a missed opportunity? Sure, but it is. But
then you get Cena versus The Rock, man.
That would have been so cool. You got some WWE fans in there. Yeah. But I'm still down, man.
They can in costume do their finishers on each other. You know, do a rock bottom, do an AA.
No, I mean, Cena could probably try it because remember he's still a kid.
Right.
But like Black Adam wouldn't know what the hell is bloody Dwayne Johnson, but I'm sure because it's
but rock bottom, cuz rock bottom.
I don't know. All I know is that I enjoyed the crap out of this.
I do recommend it
highly as
well. I don't. When do you want to post this?
Well, the one that we previous one should be up by now if you're watching this one, obviously. But this one, when's the official date?
I know they said we got to see it 2 weeks early, so I'm assuming...
we have to release it before the 2 weeks.
Not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Because the thing is, I don't want to wait on this episode to be released. I want to be able to release some episodes, after these 2 recordings, and we already said them, so it's fine. We're releasing this next week, okay? I mean, you've already got it. This is confusing at this point. For us, it's next week.
Time travel, man.
No, it's weird.
Time travel. And you're about to do it again. You're about to go to the future.
A day. I skip a whole day. Yeah. That's garbage, dude. It's like, oh, cool, I'll leave Monday morning. Oh, when do I arrive? Wednesday morning?
You'll have to, draw something on the plane just so that you can have evidence that you existed in that day.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But I did exist in that day.
Yeah.
Just I wasn't present in the place. That's so weird.
It is weird. But yeah, I think that's a good enough place to end it, right? Go see Shazam. It's good. The villains are cool. The kids are cool. Megan Good is great as the young girl.
That was a pleasant
The young
surprise.
girl character is probably... What was her name?
Darla.
Darla. She was probably my favorite of the siblings. I attached to her pretty immediately. Also, Freddie Wong's brother.
I don't know his in the film is Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene. He was great in it as well. It was weird because he's brothers with Freddie in Fresh Off the Boat and brothers with Freddie in this movie. So when he's like, Freddie, blah blah blah, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, because he's still saying Freddie.
Right.
And he still sounds the same. It's still a different Freddie.
Yeah. But that kid was great. Pretty much all of them are great.
I think this. That's what I'm saying. Like, this film is solid all around.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wanted to, before walking in, I was like, okay, from the trailers, this looks like I'm going to enjoy myself.
I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't get someone a little bit younger for Mary Marvel, just because when she turns into Mary Marvel, she's close enough in age where...
Actually, I checked that she's pretty old. Who? She just looks young. The older version of Mary Marvel.
Right.
The actor is actually old.
I just mean they're close enough in age to where they both look like adults. Like the younger version still looks like an adult.
Right.
They needed to have more of a transition. Granted, the older version, she is an adult, not a young adult.
Yeah, that would have pissed. I would have been like, come on. I'm glad I actually picked an adult for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the young Mary
I think
Marvel
she should have just been a little bit younger,
like 16
looking.
as opposed to 18.
Right, something like that. And especially 14. Because they set up the whole like she's going to college thing, and then they never touch on it again. Like, is she even going to stick around?
Well, that happened that day.
Right.
So it's hard.
It is, but like they set up a thing
that they never paid off. But it's like when I think of stuff like that,
I expected her to at the dinner table be like, "I decided I'm going to stay," or something. I'm going to go to a local school.
At the very, very end part, right?
Yeah,
like
something.
It's like, oh, we're a family again.
Right.
Any mention would have been good. I get what you mean. Like, I get that you can't say it during the whole, abduction debacle because things going on.
Right.
You got to by the way, I got the letter that accepted me, but I'm not sure what to do. Creatures.
Right.
Creature fights are great, dude.
Yeah.
When he rocked up at his dad's work on the top floor, and the creatures came out, did not expect it to go that way.
No, I loved before they came out.
Yeah.
When he was like, "I dare you to take me out," and then he just threw him out the window.
Yeah,
the way he did it, just from the chest, sideways, launch him out the window.
Like, there was certain shots I was like, this feels anime-like.
That and like that kind of shit is so much more hardcore than you're used to seeing.
Dude, in a
kid's superhero movie.
But in a superhero movie.
But I feel like those aspects where it was dark like that made it fit in a world with Man of Steel and stuff like that, because they go through buildings just like in Man of Steel.
Some of the fights here, I was like, oh, this is a DC film, because it feels, but it's not in a way where it's like, oh, they're just causing destruction and shit like that, but there's a stylistic choice in how they film action,
right? Where
I'm like, it feels like this fits within the Snyder universe,
right?
But because of the tone of the film, it works still with that. Like a lot of the scenes where Shazam is flying next to a building, and it's on a specific angle.
Right, because he was flying really like sideways.
Yeah, and I was just like,
cool.
These are sweet angles.
Yeah.
Like, they're really hitting angles that I'm like, oh, I'm in for something good here.
And only in a couple of those transitional scenes did it look weird. Like, the scene where he was flying through the mall looked kind of odd, because it was like green screen of him that moving one you can around.
Tell, right. But like,
they kind of go back and forth on when they were going to use green screen, when they were going to do CG.
The Shazam family fight in the carnival.
Right.
Those fights were sick.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was really cool.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't expect half of that.
The Megan Good, when she does the sideways flip in the air, catches two people, and then runs along the side of the thing.
This is cool stuff.
Somebody storyboarded the shit out of that.
Yeah, I'm like, listen to that. Listen to who was choreographing the fight scenes and action, because I was like, all right, you're selling me. Especially, it's like, this film looks like it's directed towards children, but it's a family film.
Right.
You know what I mean? The whole family to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's a superhero film, so it's, it works within the current landscape. It's a DC character. You can say Superman, Batman. Maybe they're part of this world. But, that's loose. But, right. That they exist. Mm-hmm. People know of them here. That's all good. New superhero. It's like big, but not,
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that. And it's about family. In the end, it's about family.
Yep.
Wow.
They did a great job.
Yeah. It's like, I had like a little silly thought in my head. I was like, the Fast and Furious films is about family. Mm-hmm. This did a better job.
Oh, yeah. Although it was a little bit clowning, he the tagline that he ends up giving himself at the end is like, if you can't save your family, you're really not much of a superhero, or something like that. Yeah. And then they should have smash cut to Clark looking at his dad get eaten by a tornado.
He's just got a photo of it.
Right. I think that would have been so clowning.
That's too clowning.
But yeah, the movie was good.
Yeah, obviously.
Go watch that. And I think that...
I want a second one.
That says it all, doesn't it?
I want a second one, man. Give me more of these.
Bring it on. Bring it on now. And on that note... Stay chipper, chaps.
Stay chipper.
Yeah.